Welcome back. Ashley Metzger is with the Desert Water Agency. You might be shaking your head saying you look a lot like Ashley Hudgens.
That's right. Last Friday I got married. Tied the knot.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
So you've got a new name.
Yes. New name and new information for you today.
Well, that's good, and it's great to have you here. Congratulations on your nuptials, and
Thank
all
you.
the best. We're talking today about the latest Sierra Snowpack. I know a big measurement was conducted last week, and this is really important as far as determining how our water situation is going to shape up this summer.
April 1st is a big day, kind of every year, for determining how wet of a winter we had. And the state, through December, to April, send some experts out to go do these measurements, and those measurements look at the water content in the snow so that we can determine when that snow melts how much water will be available.
Okay, 60% of California's water comes from that Sierra Snowpack.
Yes, so because so much water comes from that area, it's very important for us to have a good gauge of, will the reservoirs be filled, and do any of them need to spill? What can we do there? And you know, the local agencies, Desert Water and CVWD, have invested in the State Water Project, which allows us some rights to that water. So the snowpack in the Sierras actually has a big impact here on the Coachella Valley because we use that water to recharge the aquifer, which is where all of the water that we pump comes from.
Yeah, and I'm told the number's a year or so old, but like over the past 10 years, we've actually put as much into the ground as we've pulled out in the Coachella Valley. The last year may be different, of course. But
yes, since we started putting water in the early 70s, we've recharged over 1 trillion gallons of water.
Wow, that's a lot of water, indeed. Now, right now, we continue to rely on that imported water. It's a huge part of our water use picture.
Yes, and that'll continue for years to come. You know, we don't get enough rain and snow melt to really compensate for the amount that our communities pull out from what we need. And especially in drought years like this, where we haven't seen the levels of precipitation, you know, we're keeping our fingers crossed for tomorrow and Saturday that we get some rain, but it's just very important that we have this other source of water. And while it looks like the north of the state did stellar, we're still below average. So April 1st of last year, we were at 5% of average. This year, we're at 87% of average. So it's a huge improvement, but still below average.
Yeah. Still, it's important then for people to conserve, to do what they can to save water where they can.
It's always important for people to do their part. You know, we live in an arid, dry community, and water is always going to be our most precious resource. So we're trying to get that message to the state, trying to let them know that we value water very much, and we do expect to see those restrictions. Our 36 went down to a 32, and we expect that it'll probably go down again next month, but I'll let you know when that happens.
Yeah, we'll know in May. We'll get some updates from the state. So, well, good information. In the meantime, conserve as you can. Thanks so much, Ashley Metzger, for joining us here. And again, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Your top stories are coming up next. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader.